Well, I'd say that's one of the more exciting and just fan-filled, energetic, and memorable homecomings that I can remember since I've been here. And I can't tell you how proud I am of our team. We've been talking about a lot of things all week. We've been trying to learn from mistakes. We've had a lot of themes in terms of what we're trying to focus on, and felt like I was actually concerned about this week's practice and didn't really know what it was going to look like today. And they made a choice, and they made a choice to come in with great energy, great effort, and it led to great execution. And it felt like what a high-level college football game should feel like. And just couldn't be more proud of just how the guys stayed together and really did everything that we asked them to do. And obviously the result shows for it. And so just what a fun game to be a part of.
All right, Coach, we'll start with the defense, making 3 stands inside the 10-yard line. How proud are you of them today?
Very. It's been a concept this year where we've had to try to focus on some defensive things, and there's been some inconsistencies. And I'll tell you what, today they reassured my confidence and belief in them of how good they can really be. And doing that right there, I mean, that's stuff that makes highlight tapes, and those are things that win games too. And so much needed. It's a great testament to those guys just digging in and really listening to all the things we talk about. When you talk about the red zone defense, goal line defense, 3rd and 4th down defense, things like that. That's what it should look like right there, and we got the results from it.
Yeah, flipping sides of the ball to the offense. The offensive play calling looked a little bit different tonight with some trickery out there. The first touchdown, Gage Baldwin going out wide, and then the double pass. Was that something that you planned coming into this game?
Absolutely. Very intentional. And, sometimes you got to be creative. And, I constantly go into Coach Cox's office and kind of fight for being aggressive and having some trick plays and things like that. And he's all for it. And they did a great job with being able to call them at the right time and make sure that we're executing them throughout the week so that we can feel good about them on Saturday. And so, I really feel like the players buy into that too. It gets a sense of excitement, and it's fun for them. And when you actually practice and call things like that, they know that we believe in them. And so I think that really kind of adds to the momentum and the trust factor. So it was fun to see those come to fruition.
Is that creative brand of play calling something we can see moving forward in the season?
They're called tricks for a reason, right? I mean, we got to try to trick you, so we don't want to give away too much. But we're going to continue to just try to do what we need to do to be offensively productive, to move the ball, to get first downs and to score points, and ultimately at the end of the game, that's what we need to do, and we're going to just try to do that any way possible.
Well, you've had some close calls this season, but grinded out wins, and now you're 5-2 in conference. So how much did this win mean to you and the rest of the team?
Well, it's huge. You look at it, and I talked to the team about this, and, you don't want to play the game of, well, what if we win? Well, what if we lose? But had we not won the game, there's a price for that, and we fall back to 500, and, it doesn't feel good. And we knew what was at stake. I think there was kind of a couple different related messages that guys really took some pride in. And, of course, it was homecoming. That meant a lot to us. We want to defend our turf and our territory. And, I think guys really, they know what's at stake here in terms of how the Mountain East is going to finish up. And there's still a lot of football left to play, and we want to control the part that we can control.
Where does this rank on all-time wins here for you?
It's good. It's definitely top 5, maybe top 3. I think it's the most memorable homecoming game that I can remember. It just felt the way it should feel out there in terms of the guys played extremely hard. We executed. There's big plays to be excited about. There was adversity that we had to fight through. It felt right, and the crowd was behind us, and there was a lot of energy and excitement from them, and so it was a fantastic game, and it feels really good. It really does.
Going back to, of course, everybody's going to focus on the goal line stand at the end, but the one in the third quarter on the 4th and 1 where they sneak it and you guys stop him. How much did that set up the rest of the game, momentum-wise, energy-wise, and then also kept the game tied?
Huge. If they score there, if we don't stop them there, it's a whole different thought process. It's a whole different sense of urgency and just how we manage the game. And so that was big. And when you can put together a goal line stand, those are rare. And I couldn't be more proud of how those guys just dug in. I mean, there was some great effort coming off the ball down there, and you could see it. And I'm excited to actually go watch the film just to see all the guys that contributed to that. And so it definitely changed the momentum there and put us in a great position.
And a late 4th and 1 last week, 2 weeks ago, they got down to the 25 on that last drive and had maybe a shot at the end zone. So you guys have kept, in the final minute, you keep making it interesting, but you keep coming out on top these last 3 weeks.
Yeah, no, I think, of course, nobody wants to draw it up that way. It's just the nature of what's happened. And great thing is we've been able to get on a momentum run here. I mean, we've won 3 straight, and they've been close. And we found a way to win. I think that's the thing to focus on. We found a way to be on top at the end. We found a way to persevere and to ride that wave of adversity and having our back against the wall. And a lot to be said about the defense in those situations, but then also, just everybody doing their job, offense doing their job, special forces doing their job, and everybody pulling together. And that's the greatest thing about it is it's a team game, and so everybody does the best they can to be an all-star in their role, and we all can share in the spoils as well.
Well, one last thing for you, Coach. I think the best way to describe the defense over the last couple of weeks is kind of bend but don't break.
Absolutely.
Can you talk a little bit about that mentality and what's that's meant to the defensive group?
Yeah, no, I think I'm not sure that I really want to adopt that and say that that's who we want to be, but that's certainly who we have been. I would agree, and there's some value in that. If you can just keep touchdowns off the board and minimize those, you give yourself a great chance to be in the game, and you give yourself a chance to, not give up big points. And we have bent a little bit. There's been some big plays we've given up, some drives we've given up that we'd prefer not to. But at the end of the day, we've been able to find a way to minimize the damage enough to be able to win the game. And so ultimately, at the end of the day, our goal is to keep the ball in the end zone while giving it back to our offense. And that's what we got to keep doing, and we got to keep focusing on that.
I see you walking around with a game ball. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. Honestly, it means a whole lot, to be honest. I mean, I can't even think, like, what happened. It happened so quick. I just got to thank God that I made the play. Coach called up the right play. Everybody ran the play perfectly. It was just, it couldn't happen any better than that, so.
Yeah, walk me through that final play.
All I remember is, I'm going to start from when we were on the side. Everybody's just like, come on, just make a play, make a play. It's running through my head, but it's just like, anybody else can make the play. Who knows? It's 10 more people I might not make play, but I can only do my job. But, whatever, everybody's, yeah, let's do it. Leave a legacy, right? So, we come out of there, he calls a call, and I took my step, got my read, dropped, and everything just unfolded, and the ball was just right there in my face. All I had to do was catch it. So, and I made a good play. So, yeah.
How about that somersault at the end? That was
oh, yeah. I didn't even know what to do there. I did something.
Well, talk a little bit about the defensive stands inside the 10-yard line, 3 of those today, and that defensive front, how they played in the red zone.
Oh, yeah. I think, honestly, me personally, those were way more valuable than the last play, to be honest, because it just shows how tough we are as a defense and how gritty we are, not allowing them to basically get any yards, in the red zone. I'm honestly 5 and in. I mean, that's very difficult to get stops there. So it just, attests to, how good we're coaching and just how good we practice.
How much does this win mean to the team?
It means a lot. Every win means a lot to us. But, I guess you could say it's homecoming. It's a big game against Charleston. They beat us last year. So it's up there in my book. This might be the number one win for me in program history, in my opinion. since I've been playing. So.
And you guys, this keeps you in the conference race as well. What does that mean to you guys to get a win like this and stay in that race and then have the momentum going into the rest of the season to maybe make some noise there?
I mean, hey, it's what we want. It's what we be talking about all week. Just to stay on our path and know our process and just stick to it. And as coaches say, stay on the train, and we doing it. There's nothing before from here.
Anybody else? Good?
Go Braves.
All right, that big double pass that gave you guys the lead.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless of game situation, that's an exciting play. And then on top of that, the go-ahead touchdown and ended up being the difference. So
Yeah.
take me through that play and kind of what you saw there, and then also how big it ended up being for you.
I mean, we've been working on it in practice for a while coming up, so I feel like we was prepared for it. But it's just, I got the snap, I caught the ball, and I just seen two defenders running them, and I'm like, come on, Trey, come on, Trey, come on, Trey. And then I just left it up to him, and he made big plays. He's a good player, so that's just how it was.
You came here as a quarterback and then changed positions, so
Yeah.
how much easier does it make it for you that's more of a natural thing for you to have to throw the ball?
I mean, it's like it's better because I can be used more different. Like we can do more trick plays and stuff like that. But I'm just excited because that felt good to be my first passing touchdown in college. That was pretty good. That felt good.
Yeah, so the wide receiver court today did a really good job overall.
Yes, sir.
Everybody getting involved. Talk a little bit about the yards after catch today and being able to make moves in space.
I mean, we work on it every day. We got a drill, make you miss. And we work it every day. We go, after we catch the ball, we got to sprint 10 yards. It's just a consistent thing the coaches have us do on an everyday basis, so it translates to the game.
Yeah, they had some offensive drives today where everything seemed to be clicking, where it was just the whole team was in sync offensively.
Yeah.
How did it feel out there for you, and was the confidence of the offense up really all day?
Yeah, it felt pretty good. I mean, it felt good when you see Josh like, come on, we got it, push, we got it. Even though we get a little tired, it's just we do so much, we run and practice so much that at the game it ain't nothing. It's just another play. I thank you, Coach Rich.
That's all I got.
Good?
I got one.
Yes, sir.
I have not seen post-game energy on the field like that in years. What did it feel like to celebrate on the field with your team?
I don't know. It felt like a movie. Like that play with Trey, it's just like I looked up and just saw him catch it with one hand. And I was like, oh my God, like this can't be real. So yeah, it felt real good. It's probably the most excited I've been in a football game in a long time. So I'm glad we got the dub.
All right, Trey, we'll start to talk a little bit about the homecoming atmosphere that was out there tonight and how that fueled the team.
Man, it was great, man. Probably the biggest crowd I've seen out here by far. So it was great to see all the people out here, all the alumni come back supporting us. A lot of new faces out here, too. So it was pretty good.
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, Rodney, wide receiver court, really played great today all around. Talk a little bit about that one-handed catch, what you saw in that double pass.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was covered at first because he didn't really bite on the bubble. So I was like, maybe it's covered. But then the ball was just there. I was like, I gotta catch it. And then my boy Rod, I've been telling him I was gonna get him his first touch whenever we put that play in. So I just had to get it for him, for sure.
Making some plays out there once you caught the ball as well. I was telling Rodney, yards after catch. Talk a little bit about making those defenders miss and how that helped y'all today.
Well, yeah, I mean, we work on that all the time, like Rod said. To make you miss drill, we got in practice. I mean, that's a big thing. Our coach always tell us, like, it's okay, you can catch the ball, but what you do after the catch, I mean, that's what makes a good receiver. So we work on that a lot.
How does it feel when your quarterback, Josh Jones, is getting so many people involved? So I think it was 8 people had a reception today. We've seen double-digit people have receptions in games this year. When everybody is a threat out there and he can throw to basically anyone on the field.
I mean, I feel like that makes our offense so much more dangerous. It's like, it's not just me or it's not just Rodney. It's like we got anybody. We got a whole bunch of people that can catch the ball. We got CJ, Fahim. We got running backs catching the ball in the backfield. It's just, we got people coming in off the bench, coming in, getting catches. So it's a good thing. I just feel like it makes our offense that much more dangerous.
And you guys, back in the conference race, not that you were out of it, but it keeps you in the conference race. with 3 games left. So what does that mean for you guys?
It's a big win, for real. I mean, we needed to knock them off, for real. So, I mean, going into this week, the coaches were really animal about everything. So, I mean, it just feels good to come out with that win. We needed it bad.
And he asked you about the double pass, the one-handed catch. In the larger context of the game, like, what did that mean for you guys, taking the lead there, and that ultimately was the difference?
I mean, at the time, I didn't really understand how big of a play it was. I mean, because we actually needed that as far as, like, getting us the lead or whatever. I didn't realize how big of a play it was, but when time went down, I was like, man, we needed that. So it was good to get it, for real. We needed it.
Last thing, talk about that locker room atmosphere right now.
Oh, we
after
lit.
that big win.
We lit. We got guys in there sweating from dancing. Didn't sweat all game. They in there sweating from dancing right now. It's crazy, but yeah, I mean, we lit like that all the time though. So it ain't nothing new.
All right.
Anything else?
All good.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. So I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.